is up, guys? Opt here, and in this video I'm going to be getting you all prepared to level in Legion. This video is basically going to serve as a guide to getting your toon prepared for Legion. We're going to be going over some steps you can take, some items you can acquire to make your leveling experience as efficient as possible. We do have a lot to go over, so I do want to get right into it. So, first, we are going to start with something I'm sure you've probably already heard about, and that is the need for a water strider. The Broken Isles do have a lot of water systems, so to speak, that are kind of a drag to swim through if you are, trying to level efficiently. So if your class doesn't have a built-in sort of water walking, this is definitely the option you want to go. These are pretty easy to get, although they are a pain in the ass. Right now, I think the best way to do it, the quickest way to do it, is it'll probably take you still a full day of fishing, but you can do it in your garrison for Nat Pagel. It will take you about a day to do. It will take you a shitload of fishing, but it is doable, and I do think that it will be worth it. Especially considering all of the water systems in the Broken Isles. So, the second thing that we're going to want to pick up, for sure, is your heirloom trinket. Absolutely get the heirloom trinket. It is basically, it is so big. I mean, obviously it scales to 110, but it also gives you a huge boost across the board when you're fighting demons, which are obviously our main foes in this expansion. Definitely worth a pickup. Definitely going to make your questing experience a lot more efficient. And then, of course, the last thing that you're going to want to make sure you have a ton of is gold. As we know, as players, rather, I guess, who have played through multiple expansions know, gold is super important to have at the start of expansions because of how expensive everything is, because it's new. So that means things like crafted items, which are going to be huge in getting your character raid ready, as well as different materials. Going to be expensive as hell, so obviously the more gold you have, the more you can spend, the more you can pick up. Super important. It's not obviously out of the question right now since there's not much to do to, get out there and farm some gold. Totally worth it. As far as consumables go, you are definitely going to want to have at least a stack of flasks. One stack could potentially be overkill because the leveling experience is supposed to take roughly, I think it's supposed to take 8 to 10 hours for, like a normal player. Obviously, we're trying to cut it down a little bit, but yeah, 8 to 10 hours. So, maybe if you want to only do like 10, 15, that's fine. I'm just going to get a full stack just to be safe. As far as pots go, I will not probably go without at least 100 of them. Pots are extremely useful when you are pulling things like quest mini bosses or just a ton of packs just to pop a quick potion and mow everything down. Super, super useful, super efficient. Obviously, I need to do that because I am 100% out right now. Definitely get at least one stack of food. You're going to obviously not want to be dying so much, if not, dying at all. So one stack of food should, again, just like the pots, you should be good with about a stack of food. In case you don't know what kind of food you need, you want to get crit. Crit is the best stat for leveling, bar none. That RNG of just getting a super big hit and mowing mobs down is obviously, bar none, the best stat for leveling. So crit food, always. This one, or I guess these two, are sort of, not like optional, but some people are going to be picking them up if you're super competitive, but you don't really have to, but I'm going to mention them anyway because I'm going to be picking them up. I think they're super useful, are Goblin Gliders. Especially in like High Mountain, Stormheim, was it Stormheim? I can't even remember. But Goblin Gliders are huge, just for, a really efficient, quick way to move around the environment. definitely worth it. Can totally come in handy. I'll pick up at least a stack or two just to be safe, and they're really cheap, so not really much there. Um, Movement speed potions are the next thing that you might want to pick up a few of. Why movement speed potions when we have mounts, you might ask? Well, there are zones that are very cave heavy and very building heavy. Now, obviously, using our brains, we can figure out, oh, well, we can't mount in caves or buildings. So a really efficient way to move around caves and buildings, movement speed potions. Pick up a stack or two of them if you'd like. I'd say you'd be fine with anywhere from 20 to 40, somewhere in there. Probably 20 to 40 is definitely a good number, for sure. So you're going to also want to enchant your gear. Doesn't matter what your main stat is, enchant everything that you can with critical strike. Like I said, when it comes to questing, leveling, all that stuff, crit is your best stat, bar none. Haste, you need a ramp up time for the most part. Mastery is the DPS increase is not there because everything's going to die super quick anyway. So really what you want to do is just get crit and, pretty self-explanatory there. I don't need to go into much. But yes, enchant all of your things that you can with crit. I'm not 100% sure if this is still a thing. I'm not 100% sure if I can confirm or not. But pick up movement speed enchant on your boots if it's possible. I'm not 100% sure if it is or not. Maybe someone in the comments can confirm or deny. But if movement speed on your boots is still a thing you can do, definitely do it for sure. Every little bit helps. The next thing we want to make sure that we are doing is maxing our professions prior to Legion's launch. Professions play a huge part in Legion. There are profession-based quests out in the world that you want to be able to, be a part of. Professions are also a extremely lucrative way at the beginning of expansions to make money, and obviously to, if you are, a leather worker or blacksmith, to gear your tune or your guild or whatever. No matter what your professions are, make sure they are 100% maxed prior to Legion launching. Always. So we're good there. Some miscellaneous things that you want to make sure you're doing prior to, on your last, I guess, log out, so to speak, prior to Legion's launch. You want to make sure that your bag is cleared, vendor everything, get rid of it all. I like to try to put on the auction house. If it doesn't sell in, one 48-hour period, one 24-hour period, I just vendor it. Not really worth putting it back up again. Just get rid of it. Make sure your quest log is cleared unless, and this is, again, some people are doing this. This is pretty, I don't think I'm even going to do this. But if you want to have a full quest log of 25 quests that you want to complete as soon as Legion launches for that extra boost of experience, 100% a viable option. I'm not 100% sure, though, if it's worth the time. I really haven't looked into it too much. Yes, make sure your quest log is cleared. And the very last thing that you want to do prior to your last log out before Legion launch is make sure you are logging out in Dalaran. You want to make sure you're logging out in Dalaran because the first quests to go to the Broken Isles or to go to, I believe it's your class order hall, is going to be in Dalaran. Either way, first quest is going to be in Dalaran. Make sure you log out in Dalaran so you don't have to waste time moving around and getting there. Again, just maximizing your efficiency with all of these simple, really basic steps or acquisitions of items are a really, really, really good way to maximize efficiency when you're leveling. One last final tidbit, guys, before I let you go, is do not forget that if you are planning on, this is very big, if you are planning on leveling another tune right after you hit level 110 on your first tune, make sure then that before you start power leveling your main tune, that you at least log on to your alternative tune to start getting rested experience. So when you're done with the 8 hours or 10 hours or 12 hours or however long it takes you to level up your main tune, In the meantime, your alternative tune will be getting rested experience. Very, very, very important. Anyways, guys, that's it. I'm sorry that the gameplay wasn't really there. I just wanted to make sure I was getting all my points out, and that you guys are 100% prepared for Legion. Anyways, guys, I will see you out there. Good luck, and happy questing.